Alright, this is one of them combo decks where we're basically just trying to race. I guess we theoretically have Chalice of the Void and Engineered Explosives as interaction, but for the most part, we're just trying to fire up Grinding Station along with Mirrodin Besieged making 1/1 artifact mirrors, and Saheeli's making 1/1 artifact mirrors to allow Grinding Station to get a bunch of untapped triggers and mill the opponent out, theoretically. We also have Echo of Eons, so we're going to churn through a lot of our deck with cards like Riddlesmith. Now, one of my concerns is if we can't keep a Riddlesmith on the table, I'm not really sure how we actually generate any sort of velocity in this deck. So I feel like a lot of the games that we're going to play is probably just going to be us spinning our tires. I suppose you could generate a bunch of mana with a bunch of artifacts and just drop Urza down as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if our draws where things don't come together, we basically just don't do anything. This deck posted a League 5-0, so it's certainly almost capable of winning games and matches, but how consistently will be the question for sure. Yeah, this hand just doesn't do anything, right? Needs a second land to get anywhere, just doesn't have it. This hand also accomplishes nothing, right? I just like have a land and literally can't cast a spell that does anything. All right, yeah, this seems reasonable. I'm gonna keep. I think we're keeping these 5. I think Chalice is probably our hope of doing well after a mulligan. Because, like, if they're playing a deck that cares about Chalice of the Void, this can lock out a pretty significant chunk of what they have going on. Gen Con was good. A lot of walking. I don't know. And I feel like the older I get, the less inclined I am to want to like walk around giant crowds of people. So like Thursday and Friday were great. Saturday was a little bit packed. Gonna get Thought Seized and die. Nope, just Stitchers. Alright, Chalice of the Void should be pretty okay in this matchup. Hey, Big Stan. Thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You're having a good one wherever you are. Oh, are they playing... Weird, I haven't seen Life from the Loam in their deck. That's a Tormod's Crypt. Am I just supposed to Crypt them here? Is that crazy? I also just wait for their draw step. I feel like I should just Crypt them. I'm just gonna Crypt them now. Maybe I can wait for their draw step to give them a chance to Dredge Loam. I'm gonna give them a chance to Dredge Loam. Weird, Nivik. This is Dredge Gak. Okay, so Dredge Gak plays Citrus Supplier. So the problem with Crypt in response to Bloodghast triggers is if they play a fetch land, you just get hosed. This is a little unfortunate because Chalice of the Void is notably, I said it might be good if they're playing the Hagak Vine, but against Dredge, Chalice of the Void doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. And this is kind of playing out how I was expecting this deck to play out a lot of the time, which is that, like, my interaction isn't super meaningful, and, like, from a pure race perspective, whatever it is we're doing, I'm not entirely sure what we're doing yet still, but it feels like whatever it is we're doing isn't super fast or consistent. Yeah, Jin. I don't know. I never really went when I was too much younger. Like, it was kind of novel the first couple of times, but like, I'm kind of at a point where I'd like would rather just like hang out and play games, and like I don't need 20,000 people or 40,000 people around me to like play games with people, right? It just makes it hard to find a table. Pokemon Nerd, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh, Gawk triggers Prized Amalgam. Yeah, it does. We either need to make tokens to swing or we mill ourselves. Sure, I understand how you theoretically win, Admiral. I'm just saying from a I've played a lot of Modern perspective, it seems like that game plan to win doesn't sound super practical or fast enough in Modern most of the time. Shouldn't we hold the Sanctuary and Echo next turn? How does holding the Sanctuary let us Echo next turn? I think you don't know what this card does. So whenever you cast an artifact spell, you draw a card and discard a card. So I don't have an artifact spell. Hey, welcome back, Ozzy Pants. I appreciate it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we got a 3 here. I think we're dead regardless, right? Because they're going to play a land and then conflagrate us. I mean, this deck's not that old, Admiral. Like, the deck's playing Urza. So, like, saying the deck didn't age well seems silly to me. Alright, I guess we just do this. See what happens. CD Sniper, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. So I guess I theoretically have a way to generate extra mana. In this current age of MTG constant spoiler season, I forgive people for thinking Modern Horizons was a while ago. Yep. I mean, this deck is very different than Urza Sword Nivik. They're nowhere near the same archetype. I know they both have Urza, but like this isn't that archetype. I just can't do anything basically, right? Like I could play this, I guess. I guess if we run real good here, we can theoretically mill them out, huh? If we run real good, they can lose next turn. We need to. All right, that's the start of running real good, chat. Alright, so here's the plan from here. We're going to cast all these 0 mana artifacts. And then when they come into play, this grinding station trigger goes off. And then we mill them in response. And then this untaps. And then we cast another one. Oh, I guess this theoretically... We keep losing cards every time we do this, right? So we can't even do this, right? Also there's 3 copies of Creeping Chill in their deck, right? So I can mill them 12 more cards. Yeah, we're very dead. You need like Sai or Saheeli or something like that in play that's like making artifact tokens. But even then, I can't like Like, this matchup seems pretty impossible. Because, like, in order to combo mill them, I have to be above 12. Chalice of Void's pretty bad in this matchup. Was there an argument to play both of the Chalice on 0 and Echo in case we pulled a grinding station there? I'm not sure. I mean, that just gives us 3 more cards, so it doesn't matter. So what you're saying doesn't matter. Because 3 more cards doesn't get us anywhere. Mill ourselves for Echo. How do I generate mana to cast Echo, Admiral? I'm dead the following turn. I'm dead on board. So like and like I can't ever mill them out because they have creeping chills that kill me when I mill them. Hey, thanks for the 19 months for Rexian Fox. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Happy Monday. I guess. So I think I'm supposed to pitch Spirit Guide, cast Everflowing Chalice for 1. And I have 3 mana next turn. I cast 3 spells, but I don't know that we accomplished anything. Alright, and then this says, at the beginning of your end step, draw a card, then discard a card. Then if there are 15 or more artifacts in your graveyard, target opponent loses the game. That being said, I think I'm supposed to... I feel like we're about to get Ancient Grudged. I think I'm putting this on the Phyrexian mode. So that way we could try and find an Echo. Because I don't have anything going on, right? So I'm really looking for Echo. Hey, thanks for the 20 months of support, Karn. I appreciate it. Gen Con was good. Demoed some stuff. Played a bunch of Pokemon Go. Walked around a whole lot. Hung out with people. I'm getting Assassin's Trophy. Alright, yeah, I mean, we're going to let that one resolve, right? So I can go get a land. The Warhammer turn to go. I went 3 and 2. Which that game's pretty small. There were only 10 people that played in it. So that was top 4. It's like hard countered by Leyline of Sanctity. It's, yeah, it is actually, right? Because Mirrodin Besieged targets a player and Grinding Station targets a player. Yes, Jacob. Oh, you got something for Daddy? What's up, bud? What do you got? Oh, you brought my cards down?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I get a new toy.
You want to bring Daddy's trophy down? You can ask Mom to get it for you off the mantle if you want. I have fun with the Warhammer tournament. Yeah, it was fine. I don't know. I think overall, I just prefer playing digital in terms of everything as opposed to just Magic 2. The pacing of the Warhammer game is nicer than the pacing of Magic though. So like, I'm casting this Engineered Explosives here to just mill the top card of my deck, basically, because we could hit an Echo. Hey, Ryland. Thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I wanna thing at Gen Con, and Jacob is very excited about the trophy.
Why?
Why?
Why does he want trophy?
A trophy because Dad won a thing. Yeah, he was playing a game and he won. Can you go upstairs and get ready to go to school with Mom, please?
No, I've been playing a couple. Why eat that dildo?
Why didn't you copy the token into Riddlesmith to draw 2 cards? Because it's not completely free. They have Narcomoeba, and they're able to attack Saheeli and stuff like that. Good morning, youngest son. Mom is upstairs. She will get you ready for school. What was the thing that I won? It's a game called New York Slice. It's a drafting game. It's actually really good. Chris and I have played it a couple of times before the thing. And then it's definitely one of those games where when like you're playing with muggles, you probably have an unfair advantage having a magic background. Just because the types of resource identification. No, I love drafting. Drafting is fun. Building decks is fun, and drafting is building decks basically. The part of drafting that sucks in Magic is playing with bad decks. And in a game like New York Slice or Underlords, for example, you don't have to actually play the bad deck that you draft effectively. You just tally points at the end, and whoever has the most points wins. So you get to do the interesting part, which is the drafting, and then you don't have to do the bad part, which is the playing the underpowered deck. That's unfortunate. So if I would have used the Saheeli aggressively, we would have found Echo for last turn. Yeah, I planned to, Jin. It sounds like they fixed a lot of the things that were really annoying. I'm glad they removed the global items. Those were pretty rancid the way that they had done them in their most recent patch. In the US, are preschool and kindergarten the same, or are those different things? So they're different things. So the preschool that my kids are in now is technically, it's daycare. They have a school program where they do like lesson plans and stuff, and like they do educational things, but it's not like a state or city run program. It's not it costs a lot of money, and it isn't required. The free reroll when you lose a round is interesting too. I read the patch notes over the weekend. The best part about kindergarten starting in 2 weeks is because I basically get. So kindergarten is public and preschool is private. It depends on where you live. So some places have public preschool and some don't. So in the United States, one of the really terrible things we do that is essentially class division by every sense of the word, is we fund schools in the United States based on property taxes. So places that have more expensive houses tend to have better schools, which is a terrible way to do things because it, keeps people in poverty basically. But that's a different rant for a different day. Yeah, it varies greatly depending on where you are. All right, so I'm at 18, so I can theoretically mill them here, especially because they've dredged a little bit to help us get started, right? So I'm going to go ahead and Grinding Station, because I still have 3 mana available, so we're going to get this Grinding Station going a little bit, even with this Echo. So, in response to the untap trigger, let's mill them. Oh, actually, should I be milling myself? I guess I'm about to shuffle my deck in, right? So there's no reason to mill myself here. Yeah, I should definitely mill them on these first 2. It might be right to mill myself overall. Because remember, if I can get to 15 artifacts in my graveyard, the Besieged will kill them. It's going on Full Metal. Yeah, I'm gonna be starting earlier from now on. So it's 20 after 7 here. I'm gonna be starting about 7 o'clock most times from now on. Yeah, exactly, Bad Tinker. Alright, so I can mill myself for 3, 6, 9, damn, she's fine, 12, 15. So I can mill myself for exactly 15 here. Milling them for 15 doesn't do anything either, though. Hey, Nifty, thanks for the 10 months of support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. No, I don't have a Riddlesmith in play. So I don't get to draw and discard at all here. This deck's got a lot of moving parts in it, and it's not particularly fast. I think I'm just supposed to mill myself and hope to get lucky here. happy to be here, Thanos. So I hit another Echo, but it's like these Echoes both stop me from having milled myself, and they stop me, like they undo everything I've done to mill my opponent. I just clicked through that by mistake. And even if I don't click through that by mistake, I'm pretty dead here, right? I guess I get to block. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. Don't worry, I'm not really planning to take any more vacations anytime soon. So we're taking a minimum of 11 here, because I can go block, and then sacrifice one. What's going on, Brog? Good morning. Happy Monday. The kids did not go to Gen Con. The children stayed home, or the children went to Grandma and Grandpa's house. Taking a 4 and 5-year-old to Gen Con sounds like a truly miserable experience. Especially like, you know, our kids they've been potty trained for a little bit, but they still like don't always know super far in advance they need to go to the bathroom, and like there's bathroom lines at these things, there's so many people, and like telling your 5-year-old he can't pee right now when he tells you he has to pee is like generally not going to end in a situation you're happy with. All right, so we take 11 here. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice this one to grind myself. Anything worth mentioning from Gen Con? You know, so what is it? So there's a new card game. I don't know. It's just like, it's weird, right? So like, so there's a new trading card game called Ardent Saga that like the gameplay of it felt pretty reasonable, but I don't know that I'd ever play a TCG again. Like I don't know. Like getting into another TCG is just like so daunting, especially when they don't have a digital component. So like selling myself or others on the merits of a non-digital card game feels like a tough sell. Because, like, even when the gameplay's good, I'm like, I don't know, I'm never going to play this in person. I'm not going to track down cards to play meaningful decks, etc. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts in my graveyard. And I can activate this 3 times. So that can flip over 12 cards. 4, 5... And this puts 1, 2, 3. So in 12 cards, I'd have to hit 8 artifacts. That seems pretty unlikely, right? I guess I just do these and like mill myself a little bit, and then if I don't get incredibly lucky, we just flashback and echo and try again. Is that the line? Please tell me you told Gavin to unban Splinter Twin. No, I didn't talk to any of the WotC people while I was there. Matt talked me into playing 4 rounds of Sealed, in which I went 2 and 2, and then didn't play the 5th round because I had to play in a board game tournament that Christy wanted me to win. And then I won it, so that was nice. I am the U.S. National Champion for New York Slice. I was the best of the 13 people who were there. That's true. I do technically have 1 more discard from Besieged, but it's pretty unlikely to matter, I feel. So, like, now I can look and see how many artifacts we've hit. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm nowhere near the required number of artifacts here. So let's go ahead and just echo. Echo, echo, echo. Not even close. This deck is awesome. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. When I accepted this deck, I thought it was a Thopterist deck at a glance. I just assumed it had Thopterist in it. Past Jeff gets me in trouble all the time. They're abrupt decaying my grinding station. Yeah, okay, I mean, no, it doesn't even give me a land because I milled my basic island. Oh, it's Abrupt Decay, never mind, not what's it called. Hey, look at that. We did the thing, and my hand does nothing. Alright, this first league's probably going to be a short one. This is kind of a dumpster fire. And this isn't even like we got unlucky and didn't do anything. It's like, we're like kind of doing what our deck is doing, and it's just like not doing anything. We're just like sitting here spinning our tires around and around and around, and nothing's getting accomplished. It's just like a extra reminder of we're running Someone ran really hot to 5-0 League with this. Modern is a dumpster fire, and Hagok is pouring gasoline on it. Yep. Hagok is definitely a symptom of a sickness, but Modern's been sick for a long time, so... Modern's been sick for a long time, chat. How does this deck win other than the one Mirrodin Besieged? You can technically grinding station your opponent and mill them a bunch. It's technically a legal play. Like, his hand is, like, this is one of our first hands that's, like, actually had lands and spells, but, like, what does my hand actually do, right? Like, it like, I've got a bunch of pieces of mana, I guess, and then, like, an engineered explosives and a 2-1? Like, what are we accomplishing? Am I supposed to Simian Spirit Guide out Riddlesmith here? This is a cube draft that went really poorly, and we decided to kick it up to 60 cards and register it in a league. We're gonna get spell snared here. Knew we should have Simian Spirit Guided it out. Oh, you know what? I probably should have played the Isle out, so that way I could loot through the island. That's probably what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm just passing. And the problem is that, like, this deck's plan to, like, gas up is, like... The plan for this deck... Ooh. You know what? We were talking about how did this deck possibly win a game of Magic? Matches of Magic. I would bet significant amounts of money that this deck simply played 5 matches that couldn't beat Chalice on one. Thinking about it, I would bet that that's what happened. If you ask me how this 5 out of league, you just, like, hit a bunch of matches that can never beat Chalice of the Void, and then it, like, doesn't matter that the rest of your deck's a flaming dumpster fire. It's like in Legacy where, like, you have the Blood Moon and Snaring Bridge decks and people are, like, trying to figure out what the optimal win conditions are. It's just like, it really doesn't matter. Because you have Blood Moon and Snaring Bridge. So it's a literal win con, either slow mill with blasting station or big. Nope, that's the literal win con. When I looked at this card to get cards for it the other night, I just assumed I had to be missing something. I was like, there's no way that's the win condition, right? Should we sack Bauble for a card? Yeah, I think so. Because I want an artifact, right? So I can loot this Echo away. Alright, sweet. So, do I want this Scion play? I probably want the Scion play, right? Because this makes the size make mana. Alright, we're kind of got our engine going now, huh? What do you think Arena is missing the most I'm not a Moto player, but I'm told this tournament system is cool. Well, thanks for the 5 months, Mega Vega. I appreciate that. Yeah, the formal tournament system is definitely something that Arena could stand to have for Moto. And Moto's tournament system, like, is a Wizards product, so, like, it still crashes pretty consistently, but, like, it's better than not having one, I think. Alright, and, like, milling them here doesn't really matter, right? Because I'm about to cast Echo. All right, so now we do this. So having the Urza in play means that we're much less likely to run out of mana, which was a real concern. All right, so can we mill them from here? Maybe. Yeah, with the loot, so like with Scion play, every artifact we cast is effectively milling them for 6. Oh, I should be generating mana off these things I'm sacrificing, huh? Nah, in an actually sort of way. I suppose if it looks like I'm gonna brick. It's looking like I'm gonna brick off, huh? Now, if it's looking like I'm gonna brick off, am I supposed to start milling myself? So that way I could try and find another Echo? Like, is that the line? It's like I have a bunch of mills, so I have 3 Echoes and 38 cards. So how much more can I mill them for? So I have 29 cards. This is 3, this is 6, this is 12. So that's not going to be a profitable way to go about that, huh? Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to mill myself here and then, like, try again. This is basically 4 horsemen, huh? I don't know if that's a good thing, but that is basically what's occurring on your screen. We're basically, like, in a non-deterministic loop, trying to like find a situation where we can mill them. What's up, dude?
I want a special chocolate milk.
Mommy will get you one. Go ask.
Well, I want to go upstairs.
Oh, stairs are tough. I know, little lazy man.
So I want you to get it, please.
No, you can't drink milk in the basement. You know that.
I want you to get it.
Yeah, I get one more look with this. Anti-carpet destruction rule is exactly correct. Yikes. Alright, so, and this feels like another good example of, like, We did our thing. What are we looking for? We're looking for an Echo of the Eons so we can shuffle our graveyard back in and try again. All right, so that gives me some more looks. Do I want to play the Riddlesmith out here to get more looks? Well, so the problem is, Admiral, like, nothing is deterministic. And, like, milling yourself doesn't accomplish anything because your goal is to cast Echo, which resets both players' graveyards. So I'm pretty sure you're only supposed to mill yourself if it looks like you're not going to be fortunate enough to fully get them set up or, like, fully mill them. But I don't know. This is basically like Four Horsemen, but worse, right? Yeah, I guess you could theoretically crypt their yard to make it so it doesn't. That's true. That's true. You could theoretically crypt their yard. This is modern. Modern is only contains miserable experiences. Anybody who shows up to Modern looking for something other than a miserable play experience has unrealistic expectations of the format that they're playing. All right, so I bricked off and I can't do anything, and there's 3 more Eons in my deck. So there were 3 Echoes in 40 some cards when we started, and apparently all 3 of them are in the bottom 15. I'm gonna drop this league. This deck is both tedious to click through and not very good. This is something past Jeff should have rejected. Yeah, so I kind of have an understanding of what this deck's trying to do, and even once I have a full understanding of what this deck is doing, it's not very interesting or very good. So we've got just a bunch of different piles of poop. An actual Urza Sword deck. That'll be up first thing tomorrow, Nivik. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, probably. I don't know. So, like, Modern, when you're talking about, like, tier 80 combo decks like this in Modern, it's generally not, like, if it was easy to draw lines between, like, strictly better and strictly worse, people wouldn't play a lot of the decks that they play. So, like, a lot of these decks have, like, this one little axis of attack where they're, like, slightly better than the other stock good thing in some small subset of matches. And this deck, like, you're just like, you're hoping your 2/1 lives in Modern for your deck to work, and you're like hoping your 1/4 works. And, like, generally speaking, if your combo in Modern needs a frail creature to live to be good, you need it to be more powerful. So, like, think like Devoted Company or Infect. Those are the power level of the decks with, like, how powerful and consistent they need to be in order for them to be a deck to be able to play fragile creatures to be good. Yeah, so, like, here's what this deck is supposed to do. And this is, when I explain this, you're going to understand why it's super convoluted and basically never going to work. You're basically trying to get Riddlesmith, Urza, Lord High Artificer, and then either some combination of Mirrodin Besieged, Master Thopterist, Saheeli in play, along with the grinding station. So you're basically trying to assemble a 4-card combo, which is broken up by creature removal, and you're playing it in a deck where you don't really have card selection in your deck list. So we have like, you're basically trying to get a board state set up with these cards where then you're trying to play enough artifacts in a turn that you're either using Mirrodin Besiege on the Phyrexian mode to put 15 artifacts in your graveyard, which is pretty unlikely, or full milling your opponent. And then on top of that, your refill plan is to shuffle graveyards back into players' decks. So unless you have exactly Tormod's Crypt, when you echo to try and get set up, you're shuffling cards back into your opponent's deck, making it harder to mill them out. And again, you're like trying to tie all this together with like no selection or tutors. And then to top that off, yeah, you lose to Artifact and Enchantment Hate too. So like you're a deck that like loses to Stony Silence, and you're soft to Graveyard Hate, and you're soft to creature removal. So like generally, when your deck has that many points of interaction matter, you just need it to be a lot more powerful in like what this deck is doing. A couple of subs in there. G-Man Slut here for the meme streams and Moto streams. Thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And Ostin, hope you had fun at the Geneva Convention or whatever it was you went to. Missed your content and rants. Well, thanks for the 13 months. I'm back and I'm not going anywhere again anytime soon. Yeah, it doesn't beat Leyline of Sanctity either. Like neither of its win conditions beat Leyline of Sanctity. Broxkabee. What's the 12 months of support? Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it.